In this video, we are going to work with databases in Microsoft Access. So in this project, we are going to add two tables to our database for a grocery store because we need to collect customers' information as well as their items. So we are going to go over database design in Microsoft Access. So there are many options available for designing databases. We can use various DBMS systems such as SQL Server, Oracle, DB2. So for this project, I'm going to just use Microsoft Access. Right click, add Microsoft Access dataset. So I'm going to name it grocery store database. So in this project, we are going to go through the main elements of a database, such as data table, and then we will define data fields in data tables, and then populate the table with our information, some fictitious data, and then connect the data tables together to establish referential integrity between these data. So I'm going to double click on this Microsoft project. So I have named our database as grocery store database. I'm going to click on the create menu, and then from menu I'm going to define table. So we want to collect information on two entities, customer and orders. So I'm going to go switch to the design view. So first table is going to be the customer table. For customer table, I'm going to collect its customer number, which is a unique number for identifying a certain record from a large database. So this primary key works as an identifier. For example, federal government assigns a unique social security number to each employee. So the primary key works exactly like social security. Later on, if you need to fetch this data into your forms or on your application, this primary key can help us fetch this information and then make changes in to those data, like editing, deleting data. So the first field is going to be the customer number. I'm going to set it as auto number because I want access to automatically add the number, define unique numbers. The second field is first name. I'm going to define it as long text. Last name of the customer, again as long text, and then it's street name, again as long text, street, city, state, long text, and zip code. I'm going to define it as short text, and then from input mask, I will define a standard format for the zip code. So I'm going to select zip code, next. I want to store without dash, and then next, finish. And then I'm going to get the phone number, define it again as short text, and inside the input mask, I'm going to define it as standard phone number. Next, and finish. So this is basically our customer table. If we need to collect other information, we can later on add other fields and modify the design of this table. So for now, I'm going to save this table into our database. So in this table, we have one field as our primary key and some other information on customer entity. So now I'm going to create another table for order. So we need to switch to design view and then order table. So I'm going to define order number as our primary key. One important point about this database is that each customer is the relationship between customer and order. Each customer can make many orders at a grocery store or at a certain shop. So there has to be a common field between these two tables so that we will be able to connect these two links later in the relationship. So order number is going to be the primary key for this table, but I'm going to add customer number as an auto number, but not a primary key. You don't see the key sign next to customer number because I'm going to connect it to the customer table. And for the order number, we can collect other information like order date. I'm going to set its data type to date and time. So save. Going to define it as auto number, as large number, save. And now from database tools, I'm going to define relationship between these two tables because each customer can make several orders. So I'm going to drag it into the relationship pane, customer and order. In this relationship, customer acts as a kind of parent table and order as a child table because each customer can make several orders. There is a one-to-many relationship between customer and order. So I'm going to first select the customer number and then connect it to the customer number in the order. So here we have a one-to-many relationship, create. So in this relationship, the customer number in the customer table is going to be the primary key, and the customer number field in the order table is going to be foreign key. So foreign key is used to link tables with common fields. So this way we can trace orders made by a certain customer. For example, customer X can make several orders, and with one customer number we can trace his orders. Save, and now I'm going to go into these tables and change the view to data view and add new fields. For the customer number, since it is a primary key, I don't need to add any information. For first name, Mark Olson, street, city, Miami, Florida. We have added one record. For the second record, Amy Jackson, Oakwood in San Francisco. California, zip code, and then phone number. So we have added two records to this table for the customer, and we need to add some fictitious records to the order table as well. For example, let's say customer number 1 makes many orders, one at November 9 and again at on November 15. So here we have unique numbers for the order number because it's a primary key. It is supposed to be unique. And for customer, we have 2 ones because customer number was not defined as a primary key for the order number. That's the way of connecting this one with the customer. So here we have added 2 records for this table. So in this video, we have covered the main elements of a database, data table, and then we went through data fields, and we learned how to define a field as a primary key and then connect to tables through foreign keys.